Talk so.
It's about that time.
Line dance.
Woo.
Let's
Oh yeah.
talk so.
It's about that time.
Line dance. Let's
Come on.
talk so.
It's about that time.
Line dance. Let's
Y'all ready?
talk so.
Listen.
Line dance.
Slide left, right, keep it clean. We're talking soul line dance with the queen. Play trivia, win some money. And ooh, Marquise, he's funny. You don't have to wonder about Sandra, cause she will make it do what it do. We ready, so ready. Now we're just waiting on you to talk.
So. Line dance.
With the queen.
Talk so.
All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody out there in Line Dance Land. We had some technical difficulties today getting in, but we are ready to get this show started. So let me tell you this, y'all strap yourselves in, fasten your seatbelt and all like that, because our guest today is not playing, okay? None other than Reggie Dean, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, the Southside Steppers. Hey, Reggie, how are ya? Hey, Marquise, what's up? How y'all doing? Can you hear me, Reggie? Oh, Lord. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey,
Okay, now I
what's
can hear.
happening?
Hey, gotta be you. Gotta be you, brother. Gotta be
God
you.
bless you. God bless you.
Yes.
Like
Hey,
Bishop said, God bless you. God
God
bless you.
bless you. Yes. Yes. So we apologize for the difficulties, but we're gonna get on with this show. Tell us who Reggie is.
Oh, boy, that's a difficult question. I'm just a little country boy from Alabama, Phoenix City, Alabama, to be exact. Been in this world over 60 years now, so very proud of that. Had many experiences. Just a guy that just like to have fun and enjoy what life has to offer. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it.
Yes, May. Okay. And so how many dances would you say you've choreographed? I saw some.
Hmm. And next time, send me a little precursor so I can be ready
I
to
mean,
be.
just a guess. Just a guess. Just a guess. Just just
Um,
a
I've
guess.
created I've created probably 12 to 15 dances.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And so one of the things that I had as the Queen's tip of the week is like choreographing a dance. And I want to see if you agree or if you do it a different way so
Mhm.
that we can, learn something from it. My thing is, first of all, you pick out the music or you like the music. You have to love the music. Like that song is a hit. And then you lay out your steps to go with the song. And
Mm.
then you make sure the dance and the steps go together because
Oh,
sometimes we just want to do steps, and it don't have nothing to do. It doesn't fit the music. And then once you finish choreographing, step back, stop, and look at it and say, is this the finished product that I was looking for? So
interesting.
is that how you do yours, or tell
Ab-
us about
Absolutely not.
it? Okay,
Uh, I mean, I think that where did you get those steps from? Or was that something that you did?
that's what I do.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, I guess I've been dancing since 2006.
Okay.
And the music tells me what to do.
Okay.
I don't pre choreograph or if I listen to a song and I like a song, then I go into what I call my zone, whether it be a closet, a back room, a corner, or
Mhm.
whatever, and I allow the music to tell me what my steps are. Uh,
Okay.
I think for the most part, creativity comes from within. Uh,
Mhm.
whatever works for you, it kind of works for you. Me and several of the quote unquote old school people been around a while. We
Okay.
have these conversations all the time,
Mhm.
and I know that there's one choreographer that creates dance once or twice a week, and she's done that for years, and that's her. That's what the music is telling her.
Okay.
Uh, but to me, I create the song based. I create a dance based on the way the song makes me feel.
Okay.
Which is why I don't have 30 or 40 dances,
Okay.
because it is very easy to like someone else's dance. For example, Marquise, I love their dances. I absolutely love their dances. Love their dances. But I also watch the line dance world, and there's a finite number of steps that you can do. I guarantee it. And
Okay.
every now and again, you might hit a different step, but it'll still be similar to something that's already out there.
Okay.
So when it comes to choreographing,
Mhm.
allow the music to speak to you and tell you what to do, and
Okay.
let your own personal creativity take it.
Right. Notice I'm saying have you ever seen dances that you're like, how did they get that step with that part of the music? Because it just doesn't go. It
Let
doesn't.
go. Yeah.
And that's what I was saying, that you have to make sure that it fits. Like I
Well,
said, it's a feeling, but you got to make sure it fits.
yeah. And you got to also understand that I don't question anybody else's creativity. If
Okay.
if, if that's if that's your offbeat, then that's your offbeat. There
Okay.
are dances that are created on an offbeat. That,
Mhm.
that to me and I guess probably one of the things I should have told you about me is I'm a 23-year veteran. I was in the Army for 23 years,
Okay.
and a lot of my thinking and my thought process, it comes with 1 2 1 2. It has to have that hard beat. Well, there are a lot of dancers out there now. They use a soft beat, a step into, a step
Mhm.
in three, step two, up, left, out. Whereas for me, I'm military. I'm very staccato in a lot of ways. Left,
Okay.
right, left, right, left, right. So yeah, but yeah, creativity is crazy. Yeah.
So for you to been in the game as long as you have,
Mhm.
and and I'm going to assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you love really good music. You only been inspired to do 12 to 15 dances. Is that something that you kind of felt that you wanted to stay within a pocket, not to do too many dances, or is that how that's as far as your inspiration has gotten you?
Well, it kind of goes both ways. I've been inspired to do other dances. However, there have already been dances put to that particular song,
Gotcha.
and once that dance is kind of out there, it's a faux pas to try to put something to it,
Gotcha.
because this line dance world is not about competition.
Right.
It's about enjoying and sharing. And,
Right.
and I personally don't care if anybody is better than me. I'm just going to be the better me I can be.
There you go.
I agree, definitely. So I guess because with you bringing that up, I know the community talks about it a lot as far as duplicating dances to one song and stuff like that. And and you have the argument where it's like you causing division within the community because you're making more than one dance, so not everybody's as one. And then you have the other argument is like, which I'm kind of on the latter one, where basically you giving people options to actually do a dance, because some dances can be on different levels. You know what I mean? Like I know with you, and correct me if I'm wrong, you like to stay within keeping things simple level type dancing. You're not trying to do the extra stuff. Not saying you can't, but to my last word I've heard you speak on, you like to keep it simple and everything. While other people like, that's just too simple. I want to do more steps to this dance, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But give people that option. So I guess the question would be to you is like, what's your take on in regards to that? People duplicating dances to one song.
Let me just say this. When it comes to duplicating dances, or putting more than one dance to a song, no one owns the rights to music. No one owns the right to your own creativity.
Mm-hmm.
No one owns the right to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is about fun. The only, and those people that have talked about, oh, I don't do baby dances. I only do. Well, see, that's a negative thought to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a negative thought, and I don't deal in negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And let me kind of expound upon what I said. I like to do things that are simple. In Atlanta, when we started Southside back in 2006, we couldn't even do a cha-cha. I had people in that were coming to my class that couldn't do right, left, right, step up, and that's okay, and that's okay.
Right.
But
Yes.
but just understand that today you're there, but next week you won't be there.
Right.
And as you progress, it's okay to do whatever it is that you want to do, but don't be negative or have a negative talk about a dance that is beginner, or that they even may be advanced. It doesn't matter. It's about what that dance tells you, speaks to you, what you do with it, and how people do it. And I don't create a dance for people to love it, like it, or hate it. I create a dance because I love it, I like it.
Right.
And if you like it with me, God bless you. If you don't, that's fine. There are plenty of other dances out there. But the main thing is to keep it positive. In this community I'm in Atlanta, there it is still very young, very young. There's still a lot of people that want to be introduced to line dancing, and you're not going to attract everybody by advanced level dancing. That's just not what people want to do.
Right.
So I have no idea what happened. It's just
Oh, Reggie back.
Yeah, Reggie's here.
Can you hear him?
Can you hear him, Zandra? Birth to Zandra.
He's not saying anything.
I was trying to see if he was saying something.
No, Reggie, can you say something?
Hello, Sandra. How are you doing today? The world is round and you are lovely in it, beautiful.
Yeah,
hey, I'm gonna tell you, Reggie, man. Bro, I promise you, man. I thank you. Let me thank you, definitely, because I don't want to say it was my first encounter, but at the same time, it's one memorable encounter I had with you when we was at that man cave. Because I promise you, bro, I was going to leave at Man Cave that same day. It was my first time, Queen. First time going to Man Cave at the UC.
What happens in the man cave stays in the man cave.
Facts. And I ain't gonna get too much. I'm just keep it simple. You know what I mean? All I know is Kenny J invited me. I was gonna take a nappy nap because that was the time for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? So Kenny J invited me up, Curtis up there, and all that stuff. And just to keep it simple, they basically you have to announce who you are when you come in, period. But it's a certain way you do that. You don't just, hey, how you doing? Marquise, Tampa, what up? You gotta come in there in their words, you gotta come in like a man, basically. Like a real man. and announce yourself. And do you not know I kept going. They took me out. They had me go in and out of that room like 3, 4, 5 times. Because I didn't come man enough. So the last time I was like, man, I'm gonna go. And Reggie like, nah, don't go nowhere. Nah, he gonna try to leave. Come on now, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. And he made sure I stayed there to experience everything. You know what I mean? Okay. All that it had to offer. And I wanted to thank you for that because truly, bro, me not being amongst men and dealing with men on that level, you know, it'll cause someone like myself and not having to grow up with a man like that, deuces, not being in that position. But because you took the time and took the next step to basically say, hey, nah, this is good, and bring me back and get me involved in everything else, I wanted to say I thank you and I appreciate you for that. Definitely. That meant a lot.
That's what it's about. Yeah, go ahead, Reggie. That's what it's about, helping one another instead of fighting against one another. This one want to do better than this one. This one want to do better than the other. And I'm like, no. You know, we just like you said, just do you. And if you like it, then it's good.
You gotta understand. You were a new person.
Right.
I was a new person at one point. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the same feelings that you felt, I felt, maybe not in the same way, but but they're still similar feelings.
Mhm.
And you got to understand this about inclusion, not exclusion.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
It's
Mhm.
about inclusion, man, and that's what this line dance world is all about. And you know, I just want to go back real quick and talk about this topic we talked about before, because I think it's important. Um, creating dances, how you get your inspiration.
Okay.
Ideally, it would be from music.
Mm-hmm.
But Queen,
Mm-hmm.
you where are you from?
I'm originally from Washington, D.C.
You're originally from Washington, D.C. I'm originally from Phoenix City, Alabama. Marquise, where are you originally from?
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. So we
Mhm.
got D.C., Florida, Alabama in the building.
Okay.
There is absolutely no way humanly possible that all three of us are going to create the same steps to the same dance on the same rhythm
Mhm.
at the same time with no similar experiences.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So now there might be a part of that same dance that we create that may be similar,
Mhm.
but not exactly the same on the same rhythm, tempo, and beat.
Okay.
Okay.
When you start to see dances that are created on the same rhythm, tempo, beat with very similar steps, that's not original.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's,
Mhm.
I'm just saying it's not original.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
For that to happen, it would have to be a lunar eclipse today, tomorrow, and yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but it is not the first time, and it
Mm-hmm.
probably won't be the last time things like that happen. But
Okay.
Right.
even when it does happen, you
Mhm.
still have to understand one basic premise: no
Mhm.
one owns these steps. No one owns this music.
Facts.
However, it was done in whatever context for whatever reason, accept it and continue to be positive and do your dance the best way you know how.
Right.
Right. There
I
you go.
agree. I agree.
You know, are there ill wills or ill feelings? Possibly. But
Mhm.
you have to get bigger than, you have to become bigger than that. You
Mhm.
have to become bigger than the atmosphere that surrounds you, and you got to remain positive.
I agree.
And but that's difficult sometimes,
Yeah.
because when we do things, we put our heart in it.
Right.
I don't, well, let me see, I've been doing this, I know I'm over 16 years now.
Okay.
I don't know anyone in 16 years that's gotten rich from line dance.
Mm.
I don't know anyone in my 16 years
Mm-hmm.
that have gotten significantly paid from putting on the events, from doing line dances, from dancing, from teaching. Don't know any of them. Anyone. If there may be one or two out there.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know them.
Okay.
So the purpose why we do this thing, what is your purpose for dancing? Why are you dancing? What is your love? I'm also a DJ. I love music.
Okay.
I love music. I love dancing.
Mhm.
And I think loving music and loving dances creates a positive atmosphere for life.
Mhm.
You're moving for health, for consciousness, for strength, for building personal relationships, for building personal strength, for those things that keep us alive.
Mhm.
Line dancing is a subscription to
Mm,
living for me.
mm.
For
Mhm.
Yes.
me.
Yes.
So you know, when I hear and when I see things, you know, I just say why, wow, and let's move on.
Mhm.
And in Southside Steppers, we have a different definition for the SSS. And let me give it to you real quick. And feel free to steal this if you want to. I don't care.
Got you.
Some will, some won't. So what?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
SSS. Some will, some won't. So what?
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy your life, man, whatever way you choose to live it, because it's truly short.
Amen. Amen. Definitely.
Definitely.
Well, I could tell based on how you talking, brother. You got some revelation in your journey in your time, brother. I'm serious because I could tell based off of how you speak, you were at one point one way, but then you came to a level of maturity, understanding, and wisdom that just pretty much is what you delivering at this moment. I can hear it. Like I like this brother been through some stuff. But
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But that's good. That's good. That's how you
appreciate it. And and I appreciate, and we like as being younger in the community and everything, we like to hear from individuals such as yourself. And I always wondered like how we can kind of make, I don't know, just communicate it a little bit better throughout our community, because it's not, you don't hear it. If anything we hear is complaints, or we hear people talk about how things should be and this, that, and the other. But you rarely, and it's very faint where you hear people that speak with sound wisdom and sound mind and everything else to kind of give direction and navigation and all that stuff. And that's one of the biggest things I think I got from the man cave was that even though you don't see as much men within the community, they are around and they're watching and they're observing and they are tapping people on the shoulder and let them know like, nah, that's not what's up. You know what I mean? They're definitely governing the community. Like it was ridiculous. Like how they around, because I got some people reached out to me to check me, check on me and everything. So they definitely in there, and I value it, every bit of it, if anything else. So yeah, man. What I'm gonna say? Oh, so Atlanta, Georgia, y'all got so much going on as far as the line dances, and I love the fact that there's line dance groups everywhere throughout the community and everything else. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest things you said is that what's your purpose and why you do this. So for you to have, people have their feelings towards groups and all that. Why do you have a group? What's your purpose? Like, what's the purpose of having a group if it's all about dancing and just the love of it,
Okay. Great question.
Mm-hmm.
Great question. Look, I'm taking off my glass. No. Great question. I always believe that you can make a better contribution to your community if you are gathered in a forum where there's more than one.
Okay.
If we collectively put our efforts together, we could do so much more.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you know or not, but Southside Steppers was the first line dance group in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
We were the first line dance group in Atlanta, Georgia. Mm-hmm. And there have been plenty since. Mm-hmm. But the purpose for me starting was Southside Steppers. And when I initially started back in 2006, 2007, I used to have 115, 120 folks in my class.
Mm-hmm.
My class was so packed out. They were dancing in the parking lot. It was like a big party every freaking Thursday. Mm. And I say, but how do we bring all of this together? See, if I hit you with my finger, you're not gonna feel too much.
Right.
But if I hit you with my fist,
mm-hmm.
I'll feel a lot more.
Right.
I wanted a way that we could impact our community and each other mm-hmm. at the same time, mm-hmm. positively, and make a difference. Okay. And that's why I formed the Southside Steppers.
Okay. Good. That's good. That's really good. I was going to say, one thing you can notice, have you ever been maybe driving down the street or something and you see someone just dancing? You like, oh, they on something, or something like that. I mean, it's just a natural thought. Mm. But if you see a whole lot of people doing that same dance, now you don't think nobody's crazy. It's just a group of people having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
That's really what it is, Queen. It's mm-hmm. about fun and it's about enjoying our latter years. Let me tell you something. Soul line dancing came out of country line dancing. That is not a secret. But we do it our way. That's why we call it. That's why we call it soul line dance. We didn't want to do it the other way. Some people do, and they do, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But this is our community, something we started for us, and we do it for us. Line dancing is healthy.
Right.
It's healthy, and it's keeping me young, and I'm loving it.
I have a question for you.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you tell me why? 2 questions. The first one is, whenever I tell someone or they see my shirt, my T-shirt, and it says the Line Dance Connection, and they say, "Oh, you line dance," and I say, "Yes, I'm an instructor in Tampa," and they'll say, "Country line dance," and I'm like, "No. Why does everybody think that the only line dance in America is country line dance?"
That's what they're most familiar with. That's what was mainstream. Even though we have a large community, and our community is becoming more and more adverse, or
Prevalent.
we're becoming more mainstream. We are still not there in our own community. We are
Right.
still not there. But country line dancing has been out for decades.
Long time.
Yeah.
But why can't you don't feel like there's enough soul, hip hop, or however y'all say it, line dance groups that if we all came together,
Mhm.
and start promoting soul line dance or our dancing, that more people could was it somebody said that they didn't realize how big. Oh, it was Dalton, the producer. He said it was a couple of years ago. He didn't realize how big our type of line dancing is. You
Oh yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
they just don't know how big it really is. But if we could all come together.
Queen, I completely agree with you, and that was one of the reasons you see stuff. You see, the Union Crew, Mike Womack, Trish Womack, and their whole team up there. That's the purpose of the UC Star Wars, to bring us all together. And even with that, you still got negative thought and negative people. I'm not going to attend. Let me tell you something. Southside has made a commitment since 2011 that we will be at the UC Star Wars every year. There has to be one event that everybody in the community supports. And I support the UC Star Wars. That is our mainstream. That is our way into mainstream. Mike and Womack and Trish put that platform together for that purpose. And I've been on to it in 2011, and I've been there ever since. And I promote it. I do it on my webpage. I do it everywhere I can. I talk to people. But you still got to understand, there's still people out there that have negative thought, and for whatever reason think people are getting rich behind this line dance. And we've got to stop that crab in the barrel syndrome, and we got to support each other. And you are absolutely correct. We can do this, but we have to make a conscious, you right now, Marquise, and the A team, you have to make a decision that, you know what, no matter what happens, every year I'm gonna be a UC Star. That is a mandatory event for every line dancer. Queen, you and your team, you have to make a decision right now that if we can do this, if we can support them in this effort, because they got the best platform to do it. They got the best platform to do it. If we can support them in that effort, then we will have our Main Street promotion.
Right. That's true. I think the last event they had somebody from BET there, from what I understand.
But do you know how many years they've been trying to get them there, or how many years they've been saying they're gonna come? Since before someone else bought BET, they have been saying they were going to come. But we finally got them there, and now we're waiting to see how we can build upon that relationship.
Now, with that being the case, are you afraid it'll get commercialized, or somewhere where if it get mainstream, it takes away from the originality, the love, and everything that has everything to do with soul line dance?
Absolutely not, because if it becomes mainstream, then it helps us.
Right.
it helps us in our communities. Atlanta, as big as it is, has a still have a small line dancing community.
Mm.
As many different varied groups as there are in and that are popping up in Atlanta, the line dancing community is still very small. In each one of our cities, we still have this mentality. We don't
Mm.
have this mentality.
Gotcha.
We still fight against each other, and for what reason I don't know.
Okay.
All I can, my grandmama used to say it like this: a lie don't care who tell it. So, I mean, if you heard something negative about me, a lie don't care who tell it.
Right.
If you heard I'm trying to be the best, a lie don't care who tell it.
Right.
If you're trying to say I only do this because I want this, if it begins with I, a lie don't. And I stay in my lane. I support those that I can support. If for some reason I can't make your event, I can't make it. It don't mean I don't support you. It just
Right.
means I can't make it. You know,
Right.
I'm a Q. I'm a member of the church. I got community activity. I got the South Side, and I got my own thing. So I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, but I do the best I can with what I got, and
Right.
that's why, and that's another reason I'm my creativity is kind of locked up, Marquise, because I'm still working the various angles that pull on me as an individual. So my creativity can't get out there. It's forced out, which is why I've only created a limited number of dances.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is your what would you say that we can do to get more men in our line dance teams or on our teams that, I've had like a man, one or two men, I've had another one or two men, but the men don't come back. They don't stay. Even though I'm doing beginner dances, and stuff like that, they don't stay. And can you tell me like what we can do to make that better?
Well, you know, Queen, I wish I had the answer to that question, because right now I have only, outside of me, there's 3 other men in my group of over 50 people.
Okay.
Now, over the years, there has been more, but this is a generational thing for men. We've always felt that the women make us look good when we dance.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not supposed to. Oh, you get a man is going to left, step right, step left 2 times, step right.
Right.
That's just the way we are. And every now and again, you'll find someone that wants to step outside of that. But you just have to keep forging, keep pushing, and those that want to, they will.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, because that's a battle always, and I think up north is a little bit better than down here. But yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like men will be attracted when they see other men coming together too, like in time. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you got 3, which is great. That's a great number.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's a
That's
good
really
number.
good.
You know what I mean? And as we continue to stay strong as men, so eventually it will draw. Because I know me, if I see a line dance of women, and that'd be cool. I honestly ain't really care. But if I see a brother in there, I'm gonna keep my eye on the brother. You know what I'm saying? And that will probably draw me into it, if anything.
Yeah, and you gotta understand also, Queen, that those and this is nothing against anyone, but we have a certain look that we want to portray, if you will. We're men. We are not we're not normally when you see a lot of a man in the dance world, is not considered masculine.
Gotcha.
It's not considered masculine.
Mm-hmm.
And we as men, we're always careful to to lean toward the masculine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And when people feel like that is not masculine,
Mhm.
they tend to shy away from it. They
Facts.
tend to shy away from it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
when that's one thing that several men that have been attracted to my style of dance. That's
Right.
one of the things that they've come in and said, a man don't do that. I'm like, well, do it like a man do it. You want me to show you?
You're right. Right.
Right. Okay.
And then I show them, and they're like, okay, well, I can do that. And then we get that. Then we start getting that the other dance that intermediate and advanced level. And then a man say, hey man, I'm not doing that. I'm
Right.
not doing that. That ain't why I
Yeah.
come to the
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I
but
agree.
it's getting better. It's getting better. In my 16 years, I can say it's gotten better. That
Okay.
I see a lot more men that are interested in dancing pure
Mm-hmm.
and just, because I'm not trying to outdance nobody.
Right.
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 And
On the
and,
real.
and when it comes to dancing and whether it's hip hop, urban, or whatever type dancing, you always find those individuals that are trying to outdance someone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm just trying not to mess it up.
Right.
I
Right. And you know,
understand.
that's interesting. So I'll say, let me ask you this question. What would you say, like, in your journey,
Mhm.
what advice, me being in the position that I am in right now, as far as leadership and everything else, what advice do you give to any leader in the position that they're in, as far as leading their group, growing within this community, trying to be effective within their city at the same time, but as a leader throughout all of it? Like, what suggestions, advice, or recommendations would you say to consider, to avoid, or whatever? You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
what's your thoughts in that?
Well, I think in watching you, Marquise, I'll use you for example. In watching you, you've got the best piece that I've seen in a while, and that's because you have a wife.
Mhm.
Okay, this is such a female drawn community that if you're single, it could really takes off in a different direction. It can,
Okay.
and you have to be cognizant of that as a leader. As a leader, people are drawn to leaders. But I stepped back to my military years and understanding what leadership is, and understanding that being a leader puts you out front. It makes you the face. It makes you the purpose, the person that's willing to accept the good, the bad, and whatever comes with it.
Mhm.
What I have learned and what I am still learning is that task, condition, and standard.
Mhm.
What is your task? We're here to learn dancing.
Mhm.
We do it under certain conditions, whether it be outside, inside, or whatever the case may be. And then we do it to a standard. What is your standard? Is this, and that's something you as a leader has to set. Now, there's different aspects to that. There's traveling, there's events, there's choreography, there's
Mhm.
creativity, there's life. There's life. And you have to manage all of those things in a way that each member of your group feels like they are being fed. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Some people only want to do beginner dances. Some
Mhm.
people want intermediate dances. Some
Mhm.
people only want to do advanced dances. And I tell them, if that is what you want to do,
Mhm.
then we're going to do some of that in Southside, but that's not all we're going to do.
Right.
And if that's something you want to do, then you have to go where you're going to feel welcome to be fed.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
A good friend of mine who we started dancing at the same time, Letha, Letha told me, Reggie, there's a lot of people that have outgrown me. This is what I do. I do beginner dances and beginner dances only. I tell them, y'all can go to Southside. Y'all can go over there to Warren Moon. Y'all can go over there to ATL, Showstoppers, Sliders. But this is what I do. Task, condition, and standard.
Mm.
As a leader, if you understand those three things, you understand your task, what you want to do, you set your organization up for that. You
Mhm.
say to what conditions you're going to do it in, and you're going to say we're going to do it till we know it, or till we're going to be familiar with it, or until we travel outside of whatever the standards are.
Mhm.
That's what you do it to. If you maintain those three things, I think you'll be well.
That's what's up. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I thank you for that, because that's definitely give a sense of direction, if anything else. So it's definitely appreciated. Thank you for that. You know,
Yeah.
And congratulations on your event, man. Hey, absolutely awesome. Absolutely.
Thank you. We're
Had a
truly
wonderful time. Had a wonderful time. As you could tell, I did not make Saturday because my ankle was.
Yeah, I heard. They told me. Your people told me. I said, I know what he was doing. I know what he was doing. I told her, I said, tell him we got some Corona here. We got some Corona. That's what's up, man.
That's really good. Line dancing is my heart. I dance because I love it. I live it. And I don't know if you know, Reggie, I was in the hospital for 2 months.
Mm.
And when I came out, I had a trach. I couldn't talk.
Oh my God.
And this was just a few minutes ago. I was in the hospital for Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. So, and I came out, I was on oxygen, I was on a walker. And this was just since February. The Lord has blessed me because I prayed. I said, God, just let me dance again.
Come on now.
Please just let me dance again. That's all I want to do is dance again.
See, you gonna make me have a sensitive moment. That's
show on that side, brother.
That's a beautiful. Oh my God, that's a beautiful testimony, and I'm so glad to be on this platform with you guys, and you know, we've all had a similar experience. I was in the hospital and couldn't dance for almost 3 months.
Okay.
I had surgery on my throat.
Mhm.
Couldn't talk.
Oh man,
Can you believe that?
I know. I was gonna say it's hard, real hard.
Oh yeah. So you know, I thank God for you. I thank God. See, this creativity, this platform right here, the way that we can just get together and have a conversation. That this is what's good. This is, you know, who would have known that a little country boy from Alabama would be connecting with two beautiful people from wherever they from and wherever I'm from right now today on this platform. Man, you guys are doing an awesome job. Continue this podcast. I would love to come back at any given point in time and just share whatever I can share. I will pour it all out. I have nothing. I don't want to leave this world with no regrets.
Right.
And I love you guys. I thank you for this opportunity, and I just want to say don't stop. And I hopefully will see y'all in the end of July at my event, July 28th through the 31st, my 14th year anniversary. So hopefully you guys can make it to that.
Definitely.
Okay, can you send me some information?
Absolutely.
Reggie? Okay, if you send me some information about it, because I had been so sick, I go on Facebook, but I go off of Facebook because it's just too much sometimes, you know. I get 300 emails a day. I'm like,
you need an assistant.
Okay, I know, for real. So, you know, we just want to say thank you for coming on. And at this point, we're gonna do some shout outs. You have anybody you want to do some shout outs to?
Oh man, let me say you something. I want to shout out the entire Southside Stepper family, uh, both old and new. Without them, we could not have enjoyed the success we've had thus far. And I want to shout out Mike Womack and UC Star Wars, Letha Soul Line Dancing, my partner crew, my cousin Pamela Douglas in Toledo, Ohio, Cecily Green, Rondi, all my family in North Carolina, Hype Soul Line Dance Crew, Line Dance Fever and Fitness. Let me tell you something. I started building a family, and that's where I'm continuing to go. I'm gonna keep it a family, and we just gonna do what we do. And I just want to shout out you guys. I want to shout out Tampa, Florida, because I love Tampa, Florida, and I think you guys are definitely making a difference and a contribution to our community and our line dance world. And I love both of you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. The same to you. Thank you.
Peace.
Marquise, shout out to Marquise.
That.
Reggie, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. I want to say thank you for one, your patience with us getting this whole thing set up.
Y'all, I thought it was personal.
Nah, man, we don't know you that well yet, Reggie. But thank you for even being on here. Truly, giving more insight as well too, and even giving your perspective on from your experience throughout the community, because we before this we didn't have anyone to tell us or to share with us. In order, you have to speak to somebody, but a lot of us are still new to even interacting, so that's another limitation in itself. And then you talking to a man at that's a whole nother different story. So so it's going to be double for Queen Sheeta for providing this platform so we can actually hear from him, but you also taking the time and making the time to be on here to share that wisdom and your experience and your love and your passion. And because it definitely, for me, if I ain't get anything out of this, I would say it gave me a different perspective, a better perspective on, and even on a set of a commitment as far as why I do what we do, as far as for this community within our own city and everything else. And just to remember to enjoy and love it while you're doing it. Because I think while you were talking, all I can think about is there's times when I'm on the dance floor, I know the steps. I ain't thinking about what the next steps is. I'm thinking about my surrounding, but not in the moment. You know what I mean? Sometimes you forget to be in the moment.
Yeah.
Because you're distracted by everything else that's going on around you. You know what I mean? What the music? Is it going faster? If everybody on the same step, what is the next step? Or whatever the case, who that is over there. You know what I mean? And you just you lose that as you get in it so long and everything else. And so while you were talking, just embracing every day as your last and this, that, and the other, that's all I can think of. It's like, you got to remember to remain in the moment when you're dancing, because that's what got you. That's what kept you so long.
Yeah.
And everything. So I appreciate everything that you said and throughout this whole conversation.
Do me a favor, Keys.
Mm-hmm.
The next time you dance, close your eyes. Close your eyes. And really hear. Really listen. The next time you dance, close your eyes and really listen. Listen to your heartbeat. Listen to the heartbeats around you. Listen to the sounds and stuff, the things that truly attracted you. Just listen, and you'll find your own true love, and you'll get your own motivation. I guarantee.
Amen.
Wow,
Definitely.
that's good. That's really, really good advice.
Yeah, brother.
I want to do a few shout outs. I want to shout out to Reggie for coming on, for Marquise and Zandra. I don't know what happened to her, but Zandra as well. I want to shout out to my husband, who I truly love very deeply. He's been very sick too, but I shout out to him, and I want to shout out to the Line Dance Connection. But then I want to shout out to all the dancers, all the line dancers around the world.
Hey, now.
Just all the dancers that keep on dancing. Like you said, don't let nothing stop you. and we use task, condition, and standard, we will always be there. We'll always be there. Right? We'll always be there.
All right.
So, thank you so much. And I do apologize for we had some little hiccups, but you could tell your team, your friends, neighbors, everyone, they should be able to go back on YouTube or Facebook later on and watch the whole interview and learn from you like we have.
Oh, we gonna make sure we get this out, because if it ain't one of the greatest interviews on here, you know what I mean, it's only right. Like, this is something that we ain't gonna just let go away, you know what I mean? So we'll figure it out to make sure everyone get to see this, brother. So we got you.
I appreciate it.
It's necessary. You know what I mean? It's necessary.
Necessary.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for sharing, because everybody don't share, the good and things we need to hear. Everybody don't share that,
Wow.
So it's a blessing.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I could do that, guys.
Yes, sir. Next time we're gonna get you a light though, so we can see you. I'm glad you ain't dark skinned.
It was good. It was good when it was fun outside. Now it's raining and storming out there.
Glad you ain't dark skinned it. Yeah.
All right, family. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you again so much.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right,
Oh, wait. We always close with love is no good unless you give it away. So here's some of mine.
I received it, and here's some of mine back.
Thank you. Got it.
That went to her, right? That went to her, right? Okay,
God bless you.
This the way men do it.
I try to tell.
All right, y'all. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
You too. Bye-bye.